Lead poisoning prevention. Let's talk about the dangers of the metal lead.
Lead is a toxic metal that is naturally found in dirt. Lead is used in many daily items because it is cheap and easy to use. Despite its widespread use, lead can cause serious health risks. Lead can get into our bodies when we eat or breathe in a contaminated source. Lead poisoning happens when lead builds up in the body. Lead then messes up brain functions, among other health concerns. There is no safe level of lead exposure. Any amount is harmful. The goal is to have zero lead in the body. Children are more at risk of lead poisoning. They absorb up to 70% of the lead they are exposed to, while adults absorb about 20%. This is because children have a faster metabolism, breathe faster, and young children tend to put things in their mouths. Also, because lead tends to settle on the ground, crawling and playing increases a young child's risk of exposure. How lead affects the body. Someone with lead poisoning may not seem ill or have problems right away, but lead poisoning can cause a wide range of health issues such as digestive problems, including vomiting, nausea, loss of appetite, stomach aches, and constipation, behavioral problems such as irritability, aggressive behavior, and hyperbehavior, lowered intelligence, including reduced attention span, learning difficulties, memory loss, and poor grades in school, and slowed growth, such as loss of developmental skills, hearing problems, and speech delays. Common sources of lead exposure. Dirt may naturally contain lead or may be contaminated by other lead sources. Even small amounts of lead can be dangerous when they are carried by shoes or clothing into the home. Lead can be found in the paint, rubber, or metal parts of toys depending on what they are made of, especially old toys or toys made in certain countries. Lead doesn't absorb through healthy skin, but if it's on your hands, it can get into your body when you touch your mouth or eat. And pets can carry lead on their fur and paws if they get into contaminated areas, such as when they dig in dirt. This can transfer lead throughout a home and is also dangerous for the animal. The following are household items that may contain lead: keys, old and new pottery, dishware, and cookware because of the paint, clay, metals, and other materials they are made with. Homes built before 1978 may have lead-based paint, which can chip and peel off or cause dust. Lead in paint is commonly found on the exterior of homes. The following are job-related sources of lead. Any job working with metal has a risk of lead exposure, including metal foundry work, plumbing, demolition and construction, and car and battery repair. The following are hobby-related sources of lead: stained glasswork, painting, pottery making, jewelry making, working with fishing supplies, and shooting ranges and ammunition handling. We want to avoid exposure to lead sources. To lower the risk of bringing lead home, you should practice proper hygiene, use protective steps, and get tested. Hand sanitizer does not remove lead, only soap and water can. If you know that a lead exposure has happened, wash your face and clothing immediately or when you return home. Remember that when lead dust is on you, it can get into your car and home. If you are worried about lead-contaminated flooring or soil, lay down blankets, plant grass, or put down wood chips to cover the area. This will create a barrier from the lead. Be sure to use wet cleaning methods such as wet dusting and mopping. This will stop lead dust from getting into the air and then falling back onto your things and floor. Remove your shoes before entering homes to stop lead from being carried throughout the home. Keep items you think may be contaminated with lead out of a child's reach. Wash your hands after handling items with lead. Wear masks, gloves, and other protective gear when doing activities that handle lead or cause lead dust. Safely throw away these items after use. The only way to know if someone has lead poisoning is through a blood test at a doctor's office. If you think there has been a lead exposure, seek medical advice. There are programs that test homes for lead. To remove lead, seek out a lead certified contractor. For more information, scan the following resources. By following these steps, we can lower lead exposure and protect ourselves and our families from its harmful effects. Together, we can protect ourselves and our families from lead poisoning.